Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Radek Karkoszyński. I'm a senior trainer at Worldwide School, and just like last month, I have a pleasure of conducting today's webinar for you. Thank you all very much for attending. Well, the usual question, like, can you hear me? Because that's, well, crucial issue, yeah, because, well, if you cannot hear me, then what's the point of me talking? I'm getting some yeses. Yeah, you can type in the replies in the chat at the bottom on the right. Hello once again. Okay, I guess that everyone can hear me and we are not experiencing any technical trouble, so this is great. So once again, thank you very much for attending. Like spring day, like plus 16 in Warsaw, I guess, or something. So huge change from minus 16 to plus 16. Well, we'll see if it's a good change. So today, as you already know, we are going to talk about some words that didn't exist in English 40 years ago, or even less than 40. But we'll take a look at some vocabulary items that, well, have been added to English language dictionaries over last 40 years. And basically, I'm pretty sure that you know most of these words because nowadays they are so popular that probably we cannot imagine not using them in English and surviving without them. But anyways, just let's take a look at them as a whole, as a group. And yeah, some of them already appeared in my last month's webinar about words that have been recently added to English language dictionaries. But well, without much further ado, let's start. Let's have a look at some of these words that have been like considered official in English over the last 40 years of cultural change. So we'll go alphabetically as usual. So the first word of today is like adulting. I guess, well, this is not very complicated because we definitely know who an adult is. And here this word is just used as a verb. So basically adulting for young people, for youngsters, probably must be seen as filing your taxes or paying your credit card bills. But yeah, not everyone knows how to, well, be an adult and how to, they're having trouble adulting. So simply this word, apart from a noun meaning an adult person, is also used as a verb officially, and it was even nominated as a candidate for Word of the Year in 2016 by Oxford Dictionaries. If you need some examples, we can use it like in such a sentence. There is one real benefit to growing older and adulting. We essentially get to do whatever we want to do. Well, that's an illusion, but let's not tell our kids, right? Bingeable. People who attended my webinar last month should be familiar with this word, and maybe not only those people, because this word is really trending nowadays. Any ideas what the word bingeable means? And when it is used mostly nowadays, especially when we are like locked at our homes and with all available streaming services. So nowadays, yeah, if you think about your Netflix account or any other streaming service, if something is bingeable, it simply means that you can, well, digest or watch multiple episodes or parts in rapid succession. Yeah, so one after another. So yeah, many serious TV series are bingeable. Traditionally, this word was used to talk about food or drink, which you could eat a lot with taste. But nowadays, I guess most people would use it to talk about some series that are bingeable, so watchable in one go, like whole season on one day. For example, do you think I'll end up binge watching Black Mirror if I started? Yeah, that show is definitely bingeable. Yeah, probably. Birther. Well, what about this one? Any ideas? Birth, I guess we all know, like birth certificate. But who is a birther? If you think about Barack Obama and well, former president of the U.S. and well, people who basically claimed that he wasn't born in the U.S., so he wasn't eligible to be like the president of the U.S. So that's basically who a birther is. Yeah? Somebody who claims that a former or current U.S. president or vice president, well, was not born in the US, thus questioning this person's eligibility to hold the office, to be the president or vice president. So lots of birthers with regards to Barack Obama. He had to show his like full birth certificate to prove that he was born in the US. And some example, well, respondents who respond positively to the question are embracing elements of claims made by birther conspiracy theories. Serious sentence from some serious article. Another one is blog. I guess no explanations required for this one, as we all are familiar with it and we all follow or read some blogs regularly. But yeah, the short of web blog, this word well started to be used in late 1990s as in the way as we use it now, basically to describe a website housing a collection of someone's writing. Yeah? So that's a blog, which is short for weblog, and this word definitely didn't exist like yeah 40 years ago. For example, yeah, did you read what Michelle blogged on livejournal.com? Boop. Well, this is a strange word, kind of like onomatopoeic, so it resembles a sound. And basically, this is something that we say in English when we touch somebody's nose, or when you touch the nose of your beloved pet. So basically, it describes the noise when we touch somebody's nose, or the nose of something adorable, like some cute animal, right? And this word has been traced back to some Simpsons episode from 1992, in which Bart Simpson places a stamp, like a post stamp, on baby Lisa's nose before mailing her away, saying "boop." Yeah, so this word just yeah has been added to English dictionaries, and is absolutely official and can be used, but I guess it comes from The Simpsons. Nora casually booped Ren on the nose when they met up. Yeah, so this is what people do from time to time. Booyah, well, that's another strange one, which became official. And well, it's just like an exclamatory statement, also spelled like booyah or booyah. And the first the records of it date back to 1990s, and this expression is associated with some sportscaster from ESPN network, Stuart Scott, who popularized it, like when it was previously unknown. Well, he was saying this whenever, like commenting sports, when there was some touchdown in American football, or home run, or a three-pointer during a basketball game, then oh, booyah. So yeah, still used nowadays when you're excited. I got an A on my chem final, booyah, right? So yeah, why not? Bougie. Well, any ideas what this one is? Like, just looking at it might be a bit tough to guess. But if you have some ideas, just type it in the so you can share with anyone. But Bougie basically is a shortened form of bourgeois. Yeah? So nowadays it's used to describe somebody well marked by a concern for wealth, possessions, and respectability. That's what Merriam-Webster dictionary says when it added it to its corpus in 2018. So a bougie, for example, he spends too much on bougie stuff he can't afford. Yes, it's bourgeois stuff. Yeah. Cougar. Well, down to letter C. Of course, a cougar. The first meaning of this word is just one of many types of wild cats. Some jungle cats. So this word has been used like for ages in this kind of meaning. But recently, actually late 1990s, it's since then it's been also used to describe an older woman who likes to date younger men, and basically that they trace this word back to some no longer existing defunct Canadian dating website called cougarsdate.com. So yeah, another meaning, surprising meaning of the word cougar. We can say, oh, she's a real cougar, you know. Crunk. I guess this word appeared last month, and it's a combination of two words. So basically, yeah, it's a type of hip hop from south of the U.S. and this is the original meaning, but nowadays it's mostly used, well, meaning to be crazy and drunk at the same time. So that's why crunk, yeah, combining yeah, crazy and drunk. Also means like excited, full of energy, high on drugs. So this is a very well informal slang expression that we might use. Lil Jon gets crunk all the time. Well, that's not healthy, definitely. Okay, dope. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this one. What's the meaning of dope, and how can we use it, and what do you think? What meaning do I have in mind now? Any ideas? If you have some you know thoughts, just share with us in the chat. Well, basically, for many years and centuries, dope was used to describe somebody who, well, as to say it politely, was a bit slow on the uptake, so not very bright, not very intelligent. But, well, of course, as language is a living thing and it constantly evolves, such meaning was dropped. And since 1981, according to dictionaries, this word has been kind of like revived as an adjective, which means something positively excellent, something cool. So we could say, oh, that movie was dope, or yo, that new shirt is dope. So if we like something, if something is excellent, we might describe it as, yeah, that's dope. Of course, another meaning, informal meaning in slang, can be any kind of drug. Like, it depends on geography on the US, but depending on the region, we can use the word dope to talk about different kind of some illegal substances. But let's stick to the meaning as an adjective, something positively excellent, dope. All right, ammo. Yeah, like not a new word, and it's been with us for quite some years. So of course it's short for emotional, but dating back to the 1980s, it was used primarily to describe some music scene and some subset of punk music, characterized by some introspective personal lyrics. And also, ammo can be used to describe, can be used as an adjective that describes people or a person who listen to this type of music and who are generally defined by their alternative clothes and hairstyles. For example, I really like my brother, but he's 14 and going through an emo stage, and he just acts all the time like he hates me. So must be a difficult period in teenager's life to be an emo. Emoji, so very similar word. Well, can you imagine texting or chatting on Messenger without emoji? That would be pretty impossible for many people nowadays. And basically, the word comes, of course, from Japanese language, and this word is ubiquitous, which means it's everywhere. Yeah. So it was coined in 1990s. When some Japanese artists, Shigetaka Kurita, released like the first set of emoji. So in Japanese, like means picture and moji meaning letter or character. So that's the etymology of this word, which is extremely popular nowadays. But before 1990s, was kind of non-existent. For example, in the 2016, if the 2016 US presidential election could be summed up in one emoji, it would definitely be the face palm. Yeah, for many people, it definitely would. Flexitarian. Any ideas who a flexitarian is? If you have some thoughts, just share in the chat below, and then yeah. So flexitarian basically is well, a person who well, eats a regular diet of vegetables, but also includes in his diet some other sources of protein like meat, but usually in moderation. Yes, so sometimes vegetarian, sometimes not. So such people on such a diet we can call flexitarians. For example, if you're experimenting with going vegetarian, vegan, or flexitarian, this guide to meat substitutes can help you make smart choices. All right. FOMO. Well, this is actually an acronym. Any ideas what the letters FOMO stand for? Very quiet on the chat, so I'm just wondering if you're still with me, because apart from confirming that you can hear me at the very beginning, no one has written anything as yet. Okay, cool. Thank you for the confirmation, Dominique, that I can still be heard. Yeah. So FOMO basically stands for exactly fear of missing out. This is the acronym. So like when we are afraid of not being included in something, such as like an interesting or enjoyable activity that other people are experiencing, they say that this acronym was first used by some marketing strategist, Don Herman, in the year 2000, according to Boston magazine. So I guess during the pandemic, FOMO, fear of missing out, is something that many people feel nowadays. So be strong, guys. And some example, while FOMO has been a constant companion of mine, it has never been as powerful as it is right now. Perfect sentence for nowadays. Okay, foodie. Who is a foodie? And well, lots of such hashtags on Instagram and other social networks when people post pics of their food, I guess. Someone's typing something, so let's wait for some thoughts that maybe someone's trying to share. All right, so yeah. So basically, as I said, this term is all over social media. Yeah, last year there was over like 100 million posts with this hashtag foodie on Instagram alone, and that's only one social network. They say that this word first appeared in New York magazine back in 1980. Since then, it's just gained traction among food writers, and it entered our cultural lexicon. Yeah, so the basic meaning of foodie is someone having an avid interest in the latest food fads. Yeah, fad is like a fashion, short-lasting fashion, because fashion and food changes pretty quickly, I guess. An example, like almost every foodie I've ever met goes a week at the knees at the mere mention of white truffles. Yeah, white truffles sound good. Next one is infomercial. So I guess simple combination of two words. Yeah, like a portmanteau of information and commercial. So basically, comes from 1980s when airing such long advertisements was made officially legally possible. So basically, it's just like an extended advertisement, often including a discussion or demonstration. For example, another growing phenomenon on cable television is a so-called infomercial. Yeah, like probably not anymore, but maybe yeah, if you do some teleshopping still. Okay, jorts. This is actually a funny one. What are jorts? Because this is like a combination again of two words. This is something that you wear. This is my hint. And what might it be? Like jorts, shorts for jogging. Well, very close. Actually, these are shorts. Maybe, well, you can jog in them as well, probably. Maybe not the most comfortable, but this is like shorts, but made of denim. Yeah, so like jeans shorts. Yeah. Many people consider it to be one of the ugliest inventions of all time. Very popular, yeah, in 1980s. So jorts, like jeans plus shorts, jorts like denim shorts. Yeah, they say that worn mostly by NASCAR aficionados and men over 40. So I guess I should start wearing jorts. Yep. For example, dude, why are you wearing jorts? You look like a douche. Yeah, so probably, I don't know, haven't seen anyone in jorts. Maybe it's winter, yeah, so we'll see next season. Lit. Well, lit we know as a past past participle of light, but if we describe something as lit, in slang for like over 100 years, this word meant drunk. But around like 16, 17 years ago, the word has taken on a new meaning, and basically now it describes something that is fun or exciting. Yeah? Something is lit. Like, oh, today's show was really lit, or maybe today's webinar is really lit. Well, I hope so. We'll see. At the end. Okay, malware. Nothing new here. We all know what malware is because we all use computers, yeah, and we are all threatened by some, yeah, malicious software. So this word like gained popularity in 1990s. So basically, any malicious software threatening computer code or your software, yeah, is called malware nowadays. For example, when my home PC slowed down and started crashing a couple of days ago, I knew it was time to go on a malware hunt in my own backyard. Yeah, so looking for some reasons, trying to find some malware. Luckily, we have some antivirus and anti-malware software installed, I hope, on all our machines. So let's say that we are relatively safe, hopefully. Okay, Muggle. Well, Harry Potter fans, because this word actually is official, and of course it comes from Harry Potter, a story, the word invented by the author J.K. Rowling. So in her books, it describes a person who isn't endowed with magical abilities, yeah, just a normal person with no magic powers. Well, so it first showed up in the first part of yeah, Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone. And basically, according to BBC, after 5 years, this word was like deemed official by Oxford English Dictionary, and nowadays we can use it, well, not only to describe somebody who has no magic powers, but also somebody who is not like just a normal person, yeah, or somebody who is not involved or aware of our social circles activities. Yeah, such people can be officially called muggles. Like, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Dursley are muggles, so that's like taken straight from the book. Okay. Pescatarian, so another word referring to diets and nutrition. Like, any ideas who a pescatarian is? I guess I am, but if you have some thoughts, just share. If not, that's okay. Somebody's veggie. Well, it is a kind of vegetarian, absolutely. But with fish. Exactly. Thank you very much. Of course. So pescatarian, departmento of pesce from Italian, you know, and vegetarian. Actually, it's not such a new word, because Merriam-Webster dictionary says it was created in 1991, and it refers to vegetarians who also eat fish. Like, yeah, so technically they're not vegetarians, yeah, because they don't only eat vegetables. So such people are called pescatarians, and I guess I'm one of them. However, as a pescatarian, the sight and smell of this classic dish is the closest I'll get to experiencing it. Yeah, not yeah. Everything is on my diet, absolutely. Photobomb. Well, this is a verb, and what does it mean, and or what is a photobomb? Because these two words are already clear, but if somebody photobombs your picture, what's happening? Somebody's typing up something, so let's wait. Too much pictures. Well, we definitely take too many pictures. Pictures are countable, yeah. So let's say too many pictures. Yeah, but nowadays we have so much memory on our devices that I guess yeah, taking too many pictures is a problem because then we need to delete a lot of them. But if somebody like photobombs your picture. Basically, this is the moment when someone purposefully, like on purpose, inserts themselves into a photograph the moment it's being taken. So it's a kind of like prank, practical joke, or jest, yeah. But it just ruins your shot, yeah. Like imagine a couple taking a nice selfie, and there is some third guy in the background pushing his face into the shot, into the frame, yeah. And so this is like photo bombing. Yeah, so it can ruin every picture, I guess. For example, as these pictures show, no animal can photobomb a picture like man's best friend. I guess many of us have been in such situation many times where we were trying to take a nice pic and somebody just photobombed it, or yeah. Okay, podcast. Well, another clear and obvious one, but again, it didn't exist 40 years ago. So of course we know what a podcast is. It stems from something that was known in the 1980s as audio blogging. So basically, a podcast describes like an episodic series of digital audio files available online. So generally, well, we can find all different kinds of podcasts nowadays. But according to its definition, it should be like a non-fiction in nature and analytical in content. I guess not all podcasts fulfill these conditions nowadays. Yeah. So the word like has been really made popular. Yeah, well, in the first half of like the first decade of 21st century, around 2004. For example, the weekly podcast was an initiative of the newspaper's editorial page editor. Okay, props. Well, again, another very informal kind of like slang term. And any ideas what does this one refer to, and when we might use it? Maybe you've heard it in watching some TV series or listening to some podcast. Props, basically since 1990s, means almost the same thing as respect, but it's always used in plural. Yeah, it's not a prop; it's always props. But the difference between respect and props is that one is not just given props. You need to earn props. You need to earn respect. Yeah. This is the slight difference between respect and props. Always in plural. Always with s in this particular informal meaning. All right. For example, I give him props for putting up with annoying customers. Yeah, definitely deserves props for doing that. Selfie. Of course, no need to explain this one. But can you imagine your life without taking selfies nowadays? Like the front camera on your phone serves a purpose, right? So some people believe that Paris Hilton coined this term, but that's not true. The information I found says that according to the Guardian, one of British newspapers, some unidentified drunk Australian man was attempting to describe his face. He was the guy to like supposedly have used the word for the first time, and people believe it happened well back in 2002, and the word selfie was named like Oxford Dictionary's International Word of the Year in 2013. So I guess well deservedly, yeah, because yeah, can you imagine life without taking selfies, going to nice places with nice people? For example, yeah, many celebrities love sharing selfies on Twitter. Not only celebrities nowadays, I guess. Many people do. Shopaholic. Well, again, this word is so popular, maybe because we just buy too much and go on some shopping binge. But again, it didn't exist like over 40 years ago. So there was like a boom in the mall culture, or like some mega malls were built in the States in 1980s. So the word shopaholic like really gained traction back then, and it's still used because I guess yeah we buy a lot, people buy too much. So being a shopaholic kind of yeah, seems natural nowadays. Maybe not on Sundays, not anymore, not in Poland at least. But yeah, the origin of this word is traced back to 1984, and it was used in some article in the Washington Post. So basically, shopaholic, like person with excessive shopping habit. Yeah. Well, but if you have the money, why not? Then for the shopaholic, there's an endless search for objects to satisfy a sense of long or hunger. Well, very philosophical example, but yeah, why not? Okay, showmance. What's that? Any ideas what a showmance is? If you have some thoughts, just feel free to share. Okay, someone's sharing. That's nice. Let's take a look. What's a showmance? Okay, romance for show. Well, makes sense. So basically, a showmance, as we use it nowadays, is a yeah romantic relationship that develops between people working together on a stage or film production. So yeah, so like a relationship, romantic relationship between two members of the cast, for example, of some television series or a film or a play. Usually it ends, you know, after the production is over, or well, there are some famous cases of marriages. Yeah, some film stars met while making a film, and then they got married for some time. Until the next production, they met somebody else, I guess. But yeah, so some example like Will and Janelle had a showmance, even though Will was the only one that knew what it was. Yeah, okay. Spam. So another like word that is so ubiquitous, like so present everywhere nowadays. Like life without spam or some unwanted emails that we receive. Yeah? So this word became like an integral part of internet culture in 1993 when some software developer, Richard Depew, accidentally posted the same message a few hundred times on some chat board, which was like considered as the first act of spamming. So yeah, just we use it nowadays to describe some junk emails. Yeah, that we receive, whether we want it or not. And it was added to the Oxford English Dictionary in 1998. So not so new anymore, but so present. And yeah, can you imagine someone who doesn't know what spam is? Like, yeah, probably unthinkable. And some example, like it is estimated that the majority of all email traffic on the internet is spam. That's a bit scary, but what can we do? Yeah, Stan. Another word coming from pop culture. Any Eminem fans with us? Because there was like Eminem's song by this title, and this is directly related. Yeah, this Detroit rapper released a song called Stan in the year 2000, describing some overzealous fan. Yeah, so like some crazy obsessive fan. And since this song was released, like yeah, the word has been used to refer to fanatics obsessed with a certain celebrity or person or anyone. Yeah, rather not politician, yeah, but maybe. For example, we can use it as a verb and say, I stan that celebrity, yeah, like I follow her obsessively. Or as a noun, she's a huge Taylor Swift stan. So yeah, not only a name, but just yeah, an obsessive fan. Sus, very short word, 3 letters only, and this is like an abbreviation of the word suspect. Yeah. So basically, we can call something sus when it's shady or questionable or maybe suspicious, simply. Yeah. So he only texts you after midnight. Oh, that's sus. Yeah, for some husbands, maybe. Okay, the next one is trill. Well, the basic meaning refers to some high-pitched sound, but in informal slang language, a trill is actually a combination of the words true and real. So we can describe it you can use it to describe someone who is considered or considers himself to be authentic, genuine. Again, comes from hip hop culture, and used a lot in some hip hop lyrics. To songs. Here is an example taken from like hip hop lyrics. I ride with pen and pad and try to tell you how I feel and scream to the Lord. It's so trill. Wow, so true and real. So I guess somebody was trying to convey some emotions here, but I don't know if he was successful. But yeah, that's trill. Yeah, true and real. Spelled in funny. Okay. Troll, yeah, again, an internet word difficult to believe, well, and imagine internet like without trolls nowadays. Well, of course, before internet age came, this word was used with a slightly different meaning, but since it became like used as internet slang, like in 1992, of course, it refers to someone who intentionally makes some offensive comments, trying to stir up controversy or just flood some forum with well, whatever they feel like flooding it with. So a internet troll, that's a typical collocation, right? For example, the company is but one of several companies that hire people to troll internet chat rooms and news groups posing as clients' fans. Yeah, so many ways in which trolls might be used nowadays for economic or political purposes. Okay, turned. Kind of like funny spelling of like, well, sounds like past form of the verb turn. Any ideas what the word turn spelled in such a way with a T at the end can mean? If you have some thoughts, just share with us. But it's similar to the word like lit that we described like before. So if something is turned or somebody's turned, just means extremely excited, wild, and maybe even drunk. So this word gained mass attention first on Twitter in 2008. So it can refer to a singular person who is turned. Well, it can refer to a group of people, or even a particular environment, like a party or a bar. Yeah, we can describe the atmosphere as turned. Yeah, so like, wow, exciting. For example, someone throw me in the most turned up music festival on planet Earth, like right now. I guess, yeah, many people miss music festivals, so maybe in the coming summer we'll see. So turned, extremely excited about people and also about places or atmosphere in a place or a party. Unfriend. Well, this is another classic coming from online language. No need. Yeah, social media, of course. So comes from well, Facebook, when they include this option to unfriend somebody, like to stop becoming their connection on the list on some social networking site. Yeah, so it's now easy, just with one click of a button you can unfriend someone. So yeah, much less complicated than in a real life. So yeah, so this word came to being together with Facebook in early 2000s. For example, after dating her former best friend, she decided to unfriend others on her list. Yeah, if you have too many friends on the list, then why not? You definitely won't miss many of them, right? Okay, upcycling. Well, what's that like? We know recycling, yeah, like we all kind of segregate our rubbish and we recycle, but what about upcycling? What that one is, and what does it mean, and ideas what upcycling is? Well, basically it's to process some used goods or some waste material in such a way as to produce something that is better than the original. So simply like reusing some unwanted discarded items to create that you might use. So in the last few decades, this one yeah, has become very popular. For example, I upcycled a stained tablecloth into curtains. Yeah, why not? Better than throwing it away. Yeah, well, several new companies whose purpose is to upcycle have sprung up recently. Like have been created, came to life. So that's what upcycling is: making new stuff from old stuff, just preventing well, throwing stuff away. Voicemail, yeah, I know, another easy classic word, but it wasn't with us like more than 40 years ago. Nowadays, like, yeah, many people cannot believe that they could live without voicemail. I switched mine off because it was too annoying. But yeah, so originally this word was trademarked by a Televoice International company because it described their machines they produce specifically, but nowadays I guess, yeah, everyone is using it to refer to any automated voice messaging systems. Like when I got out of the tube at the other end of my journey, his voicemail was waiting for me. Yeah, why not? Wannabe, another obvious one, we could say, another informal slang term. Yeah, coming from some people believe from Spice Girl song, but actually it comes from some surfer slang, and of course means want to be, like wannabe, and first recorded in 1981, and is believed to have been popularized a few years later when Madonna fans or stans, yeah, began to call themselves Madonna bees. Like, who wouldn't like to be like Madonna? Well, why not? And yeah, for example, the wannabe frequently quoted popular phrases from his favorite rock star. Yeah, like he wants to be like him. So yeah, yas. That's a funny one. And again, very informal, very slang, but it's like official now, and you can change the number of A's in the middle as you see fit. Like you can emphasize the word, make it stronger by putting more A's in the middle. So yes, or strong expression of excitement or approval, like you score a point, yeah, or you finish some important project. It's like yes. Of course, you can make it much longer with prolonging this sound, like if you're really excited or happy about something. So now it's official. Yeah, this word is is in the dictionary, not only used by people in everyday language. Yeah, and that was basically the last word for today. So thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much for sparing your time to show up. I guess that most of these words you were already familiar with, but just to put them Rick rolling. That's another funny one coming from slang. So Rick roll. Haven't used it in a bit, but it's like some internet. There's an internet joke about rickrolling. If you remember, like Rick Astley, like he was kind of like famous singer, yeah, in 1980s, I guess. Rickrolling is a prank or internet meme. Which involves like an unexpected appearance of the music video, for this Rick Astley song from 1980s, I believe. So this comes from this like Rickrolling, like all of a sudden there's something from this video appearing in the least expected place. So that's Rickrolling. Rick Astley. Probably, like, if you're old enough, you must remember this guy. Okay, so thank you very much. Enjoy the spring weather, and hope that apart from the obvious words, you will remember some of the ones that were not so obvious. So once again, thank you very much. Enjoy and stay safe. Bye bye. Take care.